Now, 15 monsters in the game, it's pretty vital I go over them, so I'll do it as quickly as possible. I'll include icons in the top left which will reappear as monsters show up to help you remember what they do, but I recommend pausing the video if you need to read the text. All Zombie does is follow you, just run away. Man Behind the Slaughter, or Purple Guy, will just follow you but speeds up and hits harder. When Killer is active, everyone's walk speed increases, but you need to collect cakes around the tiles to keep your stamina up. Cakes will be the only way to replenish stamina during Killer's presence, replacing the traditional way of gaining stamina over time. Wisp goes through walls. Crypto makes her screen blue and makes it difficult to see. Look at statue and it keeps him still. Vampire causes bleeding over time, and he also makes your stamina drain faster. So Parasite is very interesting because he will always outrun you and deal heavy damage unless everyone is walking next to him. If everyone is next to him, he will be slow, so you can walk through the rooms. But you can see how this is a problem with like any other monster because you can't afford to be slow. Demon inverts your camera. You can literally just flip your mouse. Golem will spawn walls and requires you to use a pickaxe to break the wall and progress. Using the pickaxe requires half your stamina though, and being caught on the wall will insta-kill you. So if no one has stamina to break the wall, you need to wait, which can be pretty bad. Okay, so thankfully this killer got nerfed a lot by making it client side. I won't really go into much detail about that, but all you have to do is not really look at her. It's like the opposite of statue. But you kind of want to look at her at the beginning to get her away from a door. Splitter will spawn light beams around the map and you have to dodge them. Hanging is unique for being a group of enemies that do different things, so I'll briefly go over this, but you can pause and see what each one does. The important guy here is the one that shoots you when you're too far away, preventing health regeneration. Breaker will occasionally make your screen go green, and the only thing you can see are the doors, so you need to have extreme memorization of the tiles to navigate the rooms. Lastly, this killer got nerfed, but Focus will dash at you through the walls. You must avoid his contact damage doing so. He's just a really annoying health regeneration killer. With up to 15 monsters in the roster, you need to know how to counter every single one. Not only that, but after room 1000, you will face 2 at the same time and 3 after 1500. Sun combinations are completely impossible alone, and so taking protection hits sometimes is absolutely necessary. In order to progress to the next room, everyone alive must be at the same door. If someone goes left while someone goes right, then you're just going to get each other killed. For this reason, we've made a simple rule. Always go left. A run from 0 to 2000 can take up to 2 hours. If at any time your squad died, you would be back at room 0. There were no checkpoints. I will die on this hill saying that this is not possible solo. And of course, we need some randomization, to which I divide it into 4 subcategories. Busted doors prevent the player from going through that door. They're usually easy to spot due to the text telling you when a door is busted, and they're also easy to avoid because other doors are adjacent to it. Fake doors, however, are dangerous, as the entire door will not spawn, which theoretically would make it easier to spot over a busted door, right? Wrong. Well, due to how they spawn, these happen on tiles that you can have to almost commit to said door. For instance, here I take a left turn expecting to go through the door per our always go left rule, but the door doesn't spawn, requiring me to backtrack, and it actually gets me killed here. Break rooms despawn all active monsters. They can spawn multiple times in your run, or not at all. These rooms can be good for the most part, but let's say you are in a rare situation where you actually have a combination you want to keep, because if they despawn, then you're going to get a new set of monsters that may be worse. And some of this just comes down to poor design. Let's take Breaker and Crypto for example. I shouldn't even have to explain what the issue is here, and you could make the case it comes down to map knowledge. But let's say we got Splitter on top of that as the third monster. You can't see the beams anywhere. Another poor design choice is how Wisp works. Many times in the game will just allow Wisp to catch up to you and deal a guaranteed hit. Now, it's not really guaranteed if you take your time and wait for Wisp to catch up to you so you can make these turns without getting hit, but you should know by now you can't afford to slow down, which is why I call them guaranteed hits. This one is absolutely crazy. So Killer prevents your stamina regen, yet Golem requires stamina to break walls. So let's say you are in a scenario where you just got to a door, but you lost all your stamina getting to that door. And then Golem blocks it with a wall, and you can't destroy it because you can't get your stamina back. Alright, I think I've said enough. It's time you finally see for yourself how bad this was. You have no idea how boring this process got. I can't do anything in the long hallways. For 2,000 rooms, getting an absurd combo was certain.